Hi-ho friends, welcome back to another video where we look through a bag of my thrift store finds. I have an extra big bag sitting here today, so we're going to dive right in. The first thing I want to show you that I found at the Goodwill bins, or the Goodwill Outlet Center, are a pair of light switch covers. They are mirrored and vintage. I think they're so pretty. I actually have two. I was thinking about keeping them for myself, but I feel like you can already see that they're pretty dirty from being in the bins, but I can only imagine with your fingers hitting them all the time that they would just look dirty all the time. So maybe I won't keep them, but I really do like them. Switch plate covers sell really well, and that is why I picked up several. I also got this one. It is very, very heavy. This is made of very thick metal. It's very detailed, as you can see, and it's meant for a 4-plug. I don't see any signature on the back of the company that made it, which is always helpful when you're listing them, but this is a really heavy quality item, so I'm sure I'll be able to find matching ones when I run comps. And then I got a set of 4 of these. These are lightweight metal, and they have a nice detail of color here. And these are made by Sleek Lighting, and these are modern. And I got 4 of those. 3 are in the package still. And I like to sell hardware. It's fun for me because I like home decorating. But also they sell really well, you know, drawer pulls, drawer knobs. We've already talked about tassels, which is kind of like, you know, adjacent to that sort of thing. I found this vintage hair clip. It has flowers on it, and it is a claw clip. I haven't seen so far any maker's mark on it. Oh, yep, there we go, right there. Can't read it, it's very small. But anyway, you can sell vintage hair clips for some good money. Actually, some that are made in France during the 70s and 80s, you can get really good money for, like weirdly good money. I first picked up a bunch of them because I found them at the bins, and they're like the combs that you kind of put in that are decorative on the top. And I sold them not as a lot, but in individual pairs, because it was like, you know, like $13 to $20 for like goody comb style hair clips. So that was pretty fun, and I always am on the lookout now. So I've never sold one like this. I'm interested in running some comps and doing some research on it just to see what I might be able to get for it. That's one of the great things about the bins, is that it's so inexpensive to buy things there that you can always, you know, buy something just to research it, just in case it might be worth something. And then you don't have to feel bad if it's not. I found jewelry at the bins. It's not something that happens very often, but I found this really cool shell necklace. It's made of 3 strands of very small shells twisted together, and they are 3 different colors. And I believe this is vintage by looking at the beads up here and the clasp. And it would just be really fun to wear on vacation at the beach. So that will go in my incredibly large backlog of jewelry. So if you ever see a piece of jewelry that I show and you know, want a chance at buying it, please just leave me a message, because otherwise it's going to be like a year before that thing shows up in my shops. Now, one of my very, very favorite things for myself is vintage Christmas. I have an enormous collection of vintage Christmas stuff. So whenever I find it, even if it's not something that I want to keep for myself, it still brings the joy. So I found 2 very cool vintage tablecloths at the bins. This one is pretty simplistic, but very, very cute. This is just the pattern on it. It has stripes, and then it has like a lattice work of holly in the middle. Now, vintage tablecloths can actually bring a lot of money, like, you know, $50 to $100 more sometimes, depending on, you know, how much people want that particular design. But, you know, they have to be in really good condition, and almost always they aren't, because they were used. They were used for Christmas dinners, holiday parties, and so they will almost always have stains. If you see one without stains, you grab that sucker, because you can sell it for some good money. Even the ones that have stains, people will buy. This one has some very light staining, stuff like this. I don't even know if you can see that, but nothing terrible. And the quality of the fabric is really good. It's a nice, heavy cotton. And so usually, like, if you're into that sort of thing, you can soak it and see if you can get some of the stains out. I think people generally do that when they buy them to use for themselves. That is not my jam, so I just sell it as is. And people, you know, I mark it down so that it's affordable and people can do whatever laundering they want to do with it. This one is a red background with poinsettias, garland, holly, and ornaments. I love when they have ornaments on them. And this one is gorgeous colors. Poinsettias is probably one of the most common designs, and it's not quite as desirable, but this one, with all the different things going on, I think will make it more desirable, especially the ornaments. They're so cute. They look like vintage, shiny, bright ornaments, and who doesn't love that? Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but they're really cool vintage ornaments. I got a piece of clothing for myself. I got this long-sleeved, plain, no logo, no nothing, long-sleeve tee for myself. Ooh, look how good it looks with my new earrings. Shout out to my friend Lulu, Lockport Jazz Shoes, for my new earrings. She got these for me for my birthday. She knows that I like large, obnoxious earrings, and we are in October now, so I'm all systems go on Halloween. But I'm looking forward to wearing this new shirt. It's fun to find a little something for yourself at the bins every once in a while. Now, here is something that you might not think to pick up if you see it while you're out thrifting, but this is like a school letter, and this one even has some of the school pins on it as well. There are 2 pins up here, and I have sold them with pins and without pins, but these always sell, and very quickly. I don't know what people are doing with them, if it's just nostalgia for them, if they lost theirs, if it's part of a prop for, you know, a theatrical production of some kind. So I always grab these. I love when I find multiples of them, but just one is always something I'm going to say yes to. They sell weirdly quickly. This is a hat. It is a military style hat. And whenever I see military hats, I know we've talked about this before, I pick them up. They actually sell very good during Halloween, as you can imagine. Pieces of costumes. And I try to keep the cost down so it's not super expensive to buy an authentic military hat. Okay. This is my first time buying this sort of thing, but I just thought it was so good that somebody was going to want it, and it was interesting, and I thought, I can't wait to research this. I bought, can you hear it? A dinner bell. It is very loud. It has a little eagle on a ball up here, and it is made, you know, it's actual metal. Although, weirdly, the clapper is not. It's plastic. How odd is that? This might be plastic too, but this is all metal. And you hang it, presumably on the side of your house, or inside your house if that's your sort of jam, but I just thought this was so cool, and I've never sold anything like it before, so I nabbed that. Now, this is not something that I know will bring any sort of money, but I just thought it was so darling that I couldn't leave it in the bins. It's a little Care Bears house, and I think, you know, it's newer. It's not 80s, but I think it might be early 2000s. I think that it opens up. Look, it's a little bathtub, and it just has like cute little details. And even if you have some of the old posable ones, it looks like... Guys, my bag just fell. I had it teetering on the edge of my seat, and that didn't work out, I guess. But anyway, it looks about the size that the old posables would, like, work well. So we'll have to see about that. I have no idea if it's worth any money whatsoever, but it was just too cute. Look at it. It's, like, adorable. Okay. Excuse me for a second. Okay, I'm back. I actually found another one of these, switch plate cover, in my bag of tricks. This one is metal, and then it has like a foil piece in the back, which is that reflection that you can see. And it is very, very detailed, and I'm sure that this one will sell well. I've sold ones that were sort of like this before. Oh my gosh, it's like cherubs. This is like a baby head right here with wings in all four of the corners. It's kind of gothic. Oh, and then I found this trio of Christmas books, vintage Christmas books. And they are just so cute. I probably will sell them as a lot maybe, but I just couldn't handle, like, they're in great condition, and just look, like, they're just so cute. The graphics are adorable, vintage. Like, I just couldn't say no. Look at this. Snowman fam. This one, I think this one is this one is a pop-up book. Just look at the design of this cover. Look at this illustration. It is just so cute. Do you see it? It's a little Yorkie. I can't even handle it. And then it's a pop-up book. And you guys know, if you know anything about books, vintage books at all, that it is just incredibly hard to find a vintage pop-up book in good condition because they rip so easily. Look at this Christmas tree. It just goes on, and it's just like everything is more adorable than the last. And I just couldn't leave it there. I just thought, I tried to look up comps and I didn't really find anything for that one. And here's another one. My Christmas treasury. Little kitty. Look at, the graphics are just so great. I just love vintage illustrations so much. Oh my god. Just even this like picture of this old dude. Just so cute. So I'm going to probably sell them all together. And I just thought they're just adorable. Look at Santy. I'm going to really enjoy looking through them slowly. Enjoy the experience, maybe make some hot chocolate, get some cookies, and then see if I can part with them. I don't know. Now that I've noticed that girl has a Yorkie in her hood, I just don't know if I can handle that because I have a Yorkie mix. And I have a Yorkie on my shirt today, so I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I think there's one more thing that I want to show you today. And that is this piece. This is a vintage tie rack. It's also great for scarves. Also great for belts. This is all taped up because it has its original screws in it and they didn't want to be lost, I guess. But this piece is actually not wood. It is faux wood. It's plastic. But these are great to like put right in your closet. I like to use this kind of thing for necklaces and bracelets, especially if you have some gorgeous vintage pieces that you want displayed. You know, you can put this right next to your vanity and have all of your gorgeous jewelry right there on display that you can see and enjoy even when you're not wearing it. So that is an idea for something like that. I have a couple of these myself, and that's how I use them in my own home. Well, I wanted to say thank you for hanging out with me again. I wanted to ask you to like this video, to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Those two things actually don't cost anything, and it seems like maybe they don't do anything, but they do. They really, really do. They really do help. And if you could leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite piece was from today, or what types of things you would like to see me review if I happen to find them, just let me know, and I am happy to comply. That's what I'm here for. Okay, guys, until next time, I invite you to go out and find treasure. See you next time.